All right, so the verdict for the Carmelo Anthony case just came in. They gave bro 35 years. Man. My predictions for this shit too was crazy. Like I thought that they were gonna at least look at it as like a self-defense thing, but they didn't. And yeah. Let's get into this video. No, I ain't gonna do too much talking. A message was sent to Black America. Video by Antonio Talks. Good Lord, man. Let's see.
So yesterday, Karmelo Anthony was found guilty with the murder of Austin Metcalf. He was then sentenced to 35 years in prison. 2026 has been like a month that I think is going to be looked back a lot in history, especially Black America. A message has been sent to us. And I just found it so funny that they had the Cyrus Belton trial and the Karmelo Anthony one back to back. Y'all don't find that strange?
The thing that threw me off the most with this whole thing, bro, everybody in that courtroom was, bro, the jury was white. It wasn't mixed race. They were all white, dude. That's the part that was really throwing me off with this case.
A 14-year-old walks into a store, falsely accused of stealing, so he runs away in fear of his life, gets shot in the back. His killer walks away free, not guilty. Self-defense. Then we have
but keep in mind, he sold the store. He can't really come back to that part of North Carolina anymore. Or South Carolina, I forgot which Carolina it was. Yeah, so, and of course, that situation has sparked a Black versus Asian thing going on, which we know what that's stoked by. This all goes back to white supremacy. I need people to realize we need to stop doing all the infighting in terms of, oh, this race versus this race, and even, this lighter shade of this race versus the darker shade of this race. I'm looking at Black people with colorism, same with Asian people with the whole, oh, dirty Asians, South Asians are dirty Asians, same thing with the Hispanic community, all of that, bro. We need to stop doing that and start looking to the people who are actually doing this shit, bro. God damn, bro. It's crazy. But I don't even think we'll ever get to that point where every race realizes that it's not you versus this race or Blacks versus Asians or yada yada. No, it all goes back to white supremacy and capitalism, bro. Capitalism will cease to exist without racism. Period. And I hate seeing this. I hate seeing the whole Blacks versus Asians thing. Like, it's crazy. It's fucking insane.
Karmelo Anthony, who's minding his business under a friend's tent. He defends himself against two thugs. They order him to leave the tent, have no jurisdiction over him. He defends himself. So the fact that they gave him first-degree murder, y'all, and not manslaughter, second-degree, first-degree. And even the fact, y'all, the judge, Austin's dad, have photos together on his Facebook page. The fact that the jury had not one Black person on it. The fact that they deliberated. It only took 2 hours to come to a decision. Karmelo went into this trial losing. And a lot of people are like, why are you guys making this about race? Why are you making it about race? Because we see the double standards over time, man. We grew up seeing Trayvon Martin, where he was walking home from the store. George Zimmerman hunted him down at night. The police dispatcher said, don't pursue him. He ended up getting a scuffle with him, killing Trayvon Martin. Walks away not guilty. So, us having this faith in the system was
that already... Nigga, George Zimmerman is still a free man to this day. This nigga was signing autographs on people's shirts like he was some sort of fucking celebrity. Seeing that shit as a kid broke my fucking heart, bro. I remember seeing the Trayvon Martin shit happen and I was just crying in my mom's arms, just crying like, bro, what the fuck? Like, why? That was all I was saying. Just why?
Pretty bogus to begin with. We thought, okay, these people, Rick Child can defend himself. George Zimmerman can defend himself. But when it's a Black boy defending himself, it's a problem.
It's
especially
an issue
when it's a white victim. We should have known. So a message has been sent to Black America. Lay down, boy. In 2026, they can't do the things that they used to. I tell you guys this story all the time of how they, broke down slaves and really had our minds engulfed in this slavery. What they used to do to make an example, right? They would get the biggest and most baddest rebellious slave on the plantation. The one
I'm gonna let Antonio finish. I was going, yeah.
who's always bucking, causing a ruckus. They get all the other slaves out and they have them watch. Okay, so they grab this rebellious slave. They first whip him, beat him down, you know, typical slave shit. They then will get tar and feather. Y'all know how hot that is. Put the tar on him, feather him up. Next thing they do is tie him up to a tree. Not hang him, but like a arm right here and an arm right here. They get 2 horses, a horse on one leg, horse on another. Set fire to him. Whip both of the horses. And have this on display for all of the other slaves to see. You wouldn't want to be in that position, would you? So it breaks the mind. You don't want to rebel. You want to lay down. You want to be submissive.
Yeah, you want to remain docile. You don't want to call out white supremacy. You don't want to call out racism. You don't want to do all of this shit. And in a weird way, you know how with the raccoons, they kind of do that shit. They don't really call it out. They in some ways they uphold it and prop it up. In a weird way, those are kind of the same people who way back in the day, you know, when the slavery stuff was going on, and they would see this happen to this black person, they wouldn't say nothing. They wouldn't do anything. They would just remain docile. I feel like raccoons are like the new gen version of that, in a way, in a slight way.
You're going to tell your kids, hey, just listen, be docile. As a father, I'm gonna be docile because I want to be here for my family. In 2026, they can't do things like that anymore. So they do it through the system. If y'all didn't know, police were literally designed as slave catchers. The badges that they system. If y'all didn't know, police.
The South. Policing in the South grew out of slave patrols. First established in South Carolina in 1704, these patrols were groups of white men legally tasked with enforcing slave codes, preventing slave revolts, and tracking down runaway slaves. Yeah. Goddamn.
Were literally designed as slave catchers. The badges that they use, they didn't even change them. They look the exact same. So it's like this system was never made for us. So a message was just sent out to Black America, man. And this is my thing. I don't think protesting is going to help. I don't think getting mad and rioting is going to help.
Protesting isn't going to help. Rioting definitely ain't going to help, because you saw what happened with the whole George Floyd thing. Even though most of the people that rioted weren't even black. We ain't even going to talk about that, though. But you saw what happened. The only thing that we can do now is withhold money. Withhold your fucking dollar. I've said this. Antonio has said this. I've heard other people say this. DOS Discourse, Young Don, stuff like that. Like, yo, the only thing that we can do now that would make sense and wouldn't get us like killed is withholding our dollar. Withhold that shit if you can. Emphasis on the if you can, because I know some people, they're in situations where they can't, you know what I'm saying? They can't really withhold going to the Asian market in their hood, or like the bodega that's owned by the Asian man, or the this spot that's owned by the white person, or whatever, because, you know, they don't have enough money to do so. So yeah, if you can, withhold your money if you can. Stop shopping with these people. You take away their business. That's when people start to act right. In 2026, when you take away people's access to money, when you take away people's access to that coin, that's when they start to act right.
To help, we understand how this country works, and it's sad. I think the best thing that Black Americans can do is just solidarity, love each other more, have grace.
Oh yeah,
with each
that
other.
too.
If you
that
can,
too.
shop at a Black-owned business. Prioritize Black-owned businesses. We have to love each other, because anti-Blackness is everywhere. Another thing, man, you know, we really just keep on being the successful people that we are. Get those degrees. Get in those high places of work.
And don't listen to them people in the comments, bro. Period. Because them people in the comments hating on you for getting your degree, those are gonna be the same fucking people when you fucking get a crib, get a new car, this, and the third. They're gonna be like, oh, how did they get it? How did they get it? Hey, you gotta do some hard work and dedication. Shout out to you. You know what I'm saying?
Start your business. Continue to excel and just be great.
I don't think the Karmelo Anthony case was really about self-defense. I know that's an unpopular opinion, but hear me out. Really, this is about the humanity of blackness versus the authority of whiteness. Black humanity and white authority. Can white people do whatever they want and say whatever they want to black people and get away with it, essentially? Austin Metcalf wouldn't have ran up on Karmelo if he wouldn't have thought he had the authority to do so. But in the black community, who gives the authority to tell somebody to leave? And if it isn't an actual authority, we're gonna call it out. That's a bully.
Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking a lot of this comes from, bro. I think black people just have more respect. Like, we kind of understand situations more. If you're not in charge, a lot of folks gonna look at you crazy. Because who are you to tell someone to do something, right?
Yeah.
So also, black people, we teach ourselves. I know when I was growing up, my mom and dad said, "Don't put your hands on nobody. You can't control how they respond. So you better
literally. My mom's first, don't put your hands on nobody. Don't be mean to anybody. Stuff like that. But also, my mom also said if somebody put their hands on you, oh. Hey, and this is at the time where, like, bro, I couldn't cuss or anything, but my mom said this with conviction. She said, hey, if somebody put their hands on you, you better knock that motherfucker out. You know what I'm saying? Keep in mind, my mom from New York. Feel me? Straight from Brooklyn with it. So yeah, but I feel like that lesson that my mom taught me, it has to get taught differently now, because as a black man, black person, you can't just knock that motherfucker out if they hit you back. You know what I'm saying? We see this with the Karmelo Anthony case. Austin was beaten up on, bro. Karmelo Anthony decided to defend himself, and now he's in jail. 35 years, bro. 35 years. And it's like, I don't want people to look at this situation and be like, damn, I can't do nothing. But that's the conclusion that some people have came to, and I don't blame them for it. I don't. Like, they're seeing this case and they're like, yo, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Me being in high school, some white kid doesn't want me being in a space. I tell them, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna stay right here. And they start pressing me out. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Am I just supposed to take it like a dog? Like, am I just supposed to take it like a bitch? Or am I supposed to, and by the way, when I say like a bitch, I don't, you know what I mean when I'm saying that. Like, am I just supposed to take it like a bitch, or am I just supposed to, like, do something about it? And it's like either or situation, you don't know what could happen, period. Either or situation, as a black person, you don't know what could happen.
You know what I'm saying? You better be ready to really fight. I don't know if white people have conversations like that. I don't know. Maybe it's just a cultural thing. I don't know.
It's a bully. There are truly people out there of all races, including black, who cannot fathom the idea of a black person not leaving when a white person tells them to, or a black person daring to claim self-defense. Who cannot fathom the idea. There are truly people out there of all races, including black, who cannot fathom the idea of a black person not leaving when a white person tells them to, or a black person daring to claim self-defense, right? Because white authority. Seriously, go to any comment section you want to and find the racist community within it. Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, and all abroad. Doesn't matter, color. Just find the racist community. And the thing that they will be most upset at is the audacity of Karmelo Anthony. The audacity of him to think that he did not have to leave when Austin told him to. That is the crux of the issue. The audacity of a black kid or a black man, and especially a black woman, right? The audacity to think you have the right to say no.
No.
So that's what this is about, in my opinion. Yes, we're trying to see Karmelo Anthony win through self-defense. If Kyle Rittenhouse, who's 17 years old, can drive across state lines with an AR-style 15 rifle, get himself in some nonsense, and then plead self-defense, and then win, and then become a celebrity, this is...
I forgot to...
Yeah, bro. Man, I should have brought that up. That's a good point, bro. Y'all let Kyle Rittenhouse claim self-defense, win that motherfucker, and this nigga became a celebrity overnight. Karmelo Anthony claimed self-defense, and y'all threw the book at this nigga. The audacity of Karmelo Anthony. Like, come on, bro. These two situations that I just said right here, bro, shows you the type of world we live in, bro. A white kid can drive through state lines with an AR-15, get himself into some bullshit, claim self-defense, walk free, and become a celebrity. Black man feels threatened, claim self-defense, cooked. 35 years in jail. 35 years in jail.
Bring up Kyle Rittenhouse as well, man. Like, we just keep seeing examples. But yeah.
Definitely self-defense. But the reality of it is will the courts view Karmelo in such a way where they consider him worthy of being able to use the self-defense against a white kid whom white racist America has claimed as their own? That's really the question here. This is really the underlying thing. Where are we as a society? Is America in a place where a black kid can find himself in this predicament and be able to use the law for his own protection and come out the victor? That's what this is about.
Now, I just want to show y'all more of a double standard, right? There was a case in Texas about 2 years ago that was very similar to Karmelo and this Austin Metcalf thing. And we can just read this.
Oh, yeah, this one. I've seen this one. I looked into it. A lot of people are saying that the cases differ because this kid right here was telling him, hey, I'm not even trying to fight you, bro. Get away, yada, yada. He started pressing the issue more. And yeah, what happened. So I don't know. Let's see what Antonio has to say about this case and what this guy has to say about it. But yeah, I've seen this like on Instagram, and I decided to look into it. And the cases, they're similar somewhat.
Watch the video. It says Texas teen found not guilty of murder and stabbing death a fellow student killed during bathroom brawl. So I'm guessing this white dude ended up stabbing. I'm not sure. Let's watch it. This is
Karmelo Anthony was going to go to prison regardless. It is just that the charge of murder seems to be complete BS and based off, like, hate to say it, race. Texas teen found not guilty of murder and stabbing a fellow student killed during bathroom brawl. Jurors did convict Kason Allison, the white student on the right, of criminally negligent homicide, for which he faces a sentence for up to 2 years in jail.
I think they gave him 10 years for this.
Jail, not prison, jail, for killing someone during a fight in which he was goaded into the fight and asked to come and fight. He didn't want to fight, but this person very literally, pulled him into a fight. What does that sound like? And then once in said fight, he stabs and kills the student, gets arrested, and gets charged with murder, but they don't convict him
in self-defense. Like, oh, damn.
Murder. Even though these two students knew each other and were allegedly fighting over a girl, they still convicted him of criminally negligent homicide, put him in jail for 2 years, doesn't touch prison, and now Karmelo Anthony is getting charged and convicted with murder in a case that kind of seems very similar. A boy that didn't want to fight but then gets physically pulled into a fight and then stabs and kills the student he was in the physical altercation with. You guys tell me the difference here versus the Kason Allison case.
Yeah, tell me the
both
difference.
On school grounds, both involving teenage students, and if I'm not mistaken, both in Frisco, Texas. One convicted of murder, one not.
This video is for my black people and my black people only. Okay, so apparently the verdict is Karmelo Anthony is guilty. I want to tell you why these are so invested with Karmelo Anthony being guilty. Do y'all see online? It's not about Austin Metcalf. They could give a fuck about him. They don't care about Austin.
They don't. And this goes with any situation when it's like a black person causing harm to a white. Look at what happened on the train station to the young lady. It was a sad situation.
Rest in peace to her, by the way. Rest in peace. I forgot. I think it wasn't it like Elaine or something. I don't know. I forgot her name, but rest in peace to that woman, bro. That dude was out of his mind, schizophrenic, and what charges did he face for that? Did he get life? Or I don't know. I
don't defend that dude at all. But they did not care about that young lady. They only cared about the narrative that came with an angry black man kills an innocent white girl. Like, do you see that?
Because I remember when they had that rally for Austin Metcalf, I think they had more cops out there than people. It was only like 15 people out there, and half of them weren't even there for Austin Metcalf. These people are cowards. They cannot attack you straight up. They cannot challenge you head on. They need police backing them. They need the government backing them. They need you to subconsciously feel like, hey, no matter if somebody assault me, attack me, intimidate me, whatever they do, I don't have the right to defend myself. These need you subconsciously thinking that. And this verdict was gonna rest on that. Because think about this. If black people could see on national television that if a white person coming up to you, intimidating you, trying to harm you and you defend yourself and you get off?
Yeah.
Oh my God, boy, they couldn't do that because, boy, that would turn all these bold white people out here, all these bold out here, that shit would change overnight. So they need to always have that right reserved to be able to attack you without you being able to defend yourself. The moment black people start defending themselves, oh man, the United States is gonna go upside down. Really? Don't think just because Karmelo Anthony is guilty that you motherfuckers could just be intimidating and antagonizing people and nobody gonna do nothing, okay? You're not as safe as you think you are, because I'm gonna tell you something. If one of you racist ass come to me with that bullshit, it's gonna be another Karmelo Anthony case, but this time it ain't gonna be Karmelo Anthony, it's gonna be me.
That's it for this video.
Man, shout out Antonio for this video, and that's a question I want to ask you guys, the Marso Mafia. To my black viewers, if you are in the place of Karmelo Anthony in that moment, what are you doing? Let me know. What are you doing? What are you doing? You know? I was thinking about that a lot throughout the course of this case. I was like, what would I do if I was in Karmelo Anthony's shoes? For one, I'm not moving. Oh, Bucks, I'm doing the same shit Karmelo did. I'm not moving, bro. I'm over here talking with my friend. Why do I have to move? Like, I'm cool off that, bro. I'm cool off that. You know? After that, the area becomes kind of gray. Like, I don't really know what to, because I don't know how Karmelo felt in that moment. Maybe he felt like he had to, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he felt like he had to use the knife or use whatever because he felt like his life was threatened. I don't know. But yeah. This past couple weeks, the message that has been sent to Black America has been big, loud, and bold. Sit down and be docile. Don't stand up for shit. Stand up for nothing. That's what it seems like it has been. But let me know what you think. Put us in the comments. Love y'all so much. Marso Mafia the gang. Marso Mob the squad. There is a chance that Karmelo Anthony may be able to get his sentence reduced, and we will keep looking at the case as it keeps going on. Love y'all. Peace.